The journey I'm going to take you on today began when I was 4 years old. I distinctly remember my dad picking me up and sitting me on our kitchen counter and teaching me a valuable lesson. At the time, I was playing soccer, and all I wanted to do all season was score one goal. Apparently, I didn't understand that picking flowers was not going to help me score that goal. When my dad sat me on that counter before the last game of the season, he told me to do one thing: to close my eyes and visualize myself scoring the goal. Hours later, I scored my first and only goal of the whole season. Not because my skill level had changed, but because I had visualized the steps it took to express what I was capable of. Looking back on that experience, I realized that when we know what we're capable of, the possibilities of what we can do are endless. Today, we're going to take that one step further and get a better understanding of what we're capable of when it comes to our health and our life. My name is Dr. Jade Oberstein. I have the privilege of working with the potential and the perfection that resides within each and every one of us. I am a chiropractor. Imagine if you could wake up every morning and on a scale of 0 to 100%, choose how you wanted to live your life. And by a show of hands, who in here would choose to live life at 100%? Now take a moment and visualize what that life looks like for you. Whatever it is you're thinking about, I'm here to tell you that it's possible. We are capable. We are enough. Take a deep breath in. Feel your lungs expand and contract as you let the air out. Feel your heartbeat. Feel it working, constantly pumping blood to every part of your body. Sink your awareness into your stomach. Feel it churning, digesting the food you ate this morning for breakfast. Go ahead and open your eyes. How many of us in here taught our bodies how to do these things? Taught our bodies how to grow hair, grow fingernails, heal a cut? Or do our bodies just know? Can we agree on the fact that there's some sort of knowingness, some sort of wisdom within the body, yes? This inborn wisdom within is called innate intelligence. Innate intelligence sums up the philosophy of chiropractic. That being, our bodies are smarter and more capable than we can even begin to comprehend. Innate intelligence has been with us since the moment we were conceived, taking us from a sperm and an egg and making us into the trillions of cells we are today. The coolest thing about innate intelligence, it's always working at 100%. However, it relies on our body's ability to communicate. If we can understand the communication system that innate intelligence uses, we can understand the science of chiropractic. This communication system is our central nerve system. Our central nerve system is comprised of our brain and our spinal cord. Off of our spinal cord branch all of our spinal nerves, which go to every cell, every tissue, every organ in our body. Our nerve system was the first thing that formed in us when we were still inside our mom's bellies. And our brain and spinal cord are the only two things in the whole entire body completely protected by bone. This communication system is an information highway, and it functions very similarly to a childhood game I'm sure we've all played. The game of telephone. See, in telephone, one person starts with a message. That person whispers their message to the next person, who whispers it to the next. The message goes all the way around the circle, and it ends up right back where it started. Our bodies work the same way. We start with a message in our brain that travels down to our body, telling us to lift our leg. That message travels from our body back up to our brain, telling us where that leg is in space. Or we start with a message in our body that travels up to our brain, telling us we're touching something. This message travels from our brain back into our body, telling us to pick it up. This communication system, our nerve system, drives our everyday actions. But it's even more important when it comes to our health. Health isn't just the absence of sickness or the absence of symptoms. Health is you functioning at 100%. And in order to do this, we rely upon our body's ability to adapt. Now, I don't mean adapt like change color based on our mood or blend in with our surroundings. I mean adapt on the inside to what's happening on the outside. Imagine yourself running up a flight of stairs. When you get to the top of those stairs, probably kind of tired, right? You might be breathing a little heavier, feel your heart beating a little faster. See, these things in our body don't just happen by chance. Our body knows that at that point in time, it needs more oxygen. It needs more blood flow. See, whether we're sweating to cool down in Marietta, Georgia, or shivering to keep warm in Salt Lake City, Utah, our body is constantly adapting to best suit us for the environment that we're in. Now imagine if we lived life in little individual bubbles. We wouldn't have much to adapt to. Fortunately, we don't live in these little bubbles, but this means we're constantly encountering different life experiences. These experiences can be physical, our everyday activities, a change in posture, something as early as the birth process. These experiences can be chemical, the food that we eat, the things that we drink, the air that we breathe every day. And these experiences can also be emotional, the thoughts that we think, the stresses brought on by our everyday relationships. And our bodies reach a limit to their adaptability. Doesn't mean that we don't adapt to the experience, just means that we have to work a little bit harder, thus working a little less efficiently. This lack of efficiency in our nerve system is called a subluxation. Subluxation may sound very complex, but it simply means that there's less energy, less information being communicated throughout the system. Let's go back to the game of telephone. When that message is traveling around a circle, there's always a chance it could be changed. When it is changed, that's a subluxation. Our bodies are receiving an altered message, and they have to work that much harder just to receive that message. Now you may be wondering, how does a chiropractor know if there's a subluxation in my system, and what can they do about it? Well, a subluxation stems from our nerve system, but it shows up in the body structurally as a misalignment of our spinal bones. This misalignment could possibly put pressure on our spinal nerves. Research has shown, scientists have proven that the weight of a dime can decrease nerve function by up to 60%. See, here is where the art of chiropractic comes in. Chiropractors are specially trained to detect and correct subluxations with a chiropractic adjustment. Now, there's many different ways to apply a chiropractic adjustment, and it's always specifically tailored to the individual at hand. But there's one main objective to a chiropractic adjustment: to facilitate communication between the brain and the body, allowing you to express your full potential. See, chiropractors don't fix anything that's wrong with you. We simply remove an interference to facilitate what's right in you. When I think of living life at 100%, this is what I think of. This picture was taken moments after scoring a game-winning goal in sudden death overtime to take my team to the national championship game. We strung together 3 upsets to get to that game. And I knew that for every one of those games, I had to show up at 100%. So along with visualizing what I was capable of, just like I did when I was 4 years old on that kitchen counter, there was one other thing I was doing before every game to make sure my body was functioning at its highest level. I was getting my nerve system checked. See, I understood that if I was connected and communicating on the inside, my body would be given the best opportunity to thrive, not just on the field, but in life. So by a show of hands, who in here better understands that a fully communicating nerve system gives us the best opportunity to live our lives at 100%? Keep your hands up and look around the room right now. Imagine a community of individuals, families, children, all expressing life at 100%. Right now, I want to invite you to make this vision a reality. I want to invite you into my practice and into my family. And ultimately, I want to support you in exploring the possibilities of expressing health and expressing life at 100%. Thank you.